Namaste, everyone. This is going to be our weekend flow, which always tends to be an Ashtanga Vinyasa mix. So prepare to move. One thing that I want to mention before we get started is this past week, we've talked a lot about transitions. Transitions in life are inevitable, and how we meet those transitions and moving into that realm of uncertainty and meeting it with intention, grace, as well as acceptance. So even though we apply this to life, we also learn how to do this on the mat, especially when we're doing a practice like this that's flowing from one pose to the next. So if we want to meet these transitions with intention, grace, and acceptance, the best thing we can do is really be present and anchored with our breath and let the breath lead us through each transition. All right, let's get started. Come to sit first so that we can center and breathe. Sitting up tall like a mountain, the crown being the peak, the arms being like the slopes, and your seat being the base. Elongating the vertebrae, closing the eyes, meeting yourself exactly where you are right now. Rolling both the inhale, the exhale, so that you're not sacrificing one for the other. Now that you're becoming more present within, taking command over your breath, let's flutter the eyes open, and let's get up to stand at the top of the mat. Grounding the feet, maybe rocking them back and forth. Bringing the hands together at the heart. Now activate some Ujjayi Pranayama, where you constrict the back of your throat and make the breath audible to hear. Do a few rounds of this breath. Noticing its rhythmic sound. And this will establish our cadence. So let's inhale, let the arms circle wide and overhead. Exhale, swan dive down to Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step it back and lower. Inhale, lift to up dog. Exhale, roll it back to down dog. Hold and breathe. Inhale, feet gather at the top. Heart shines ahead. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, stand up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha. Exhale to Adho Mukha. Hold and breathe. Inhale to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, pour down. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, salutation, seal. Inhale, arms uplift. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, create some space as you prop up. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, lift up. I suggest landing the knees always. Exhale, down dog. Also, this past week, we focused on Kemetic yoga, a form of Egyptian yoga. And I was mentioning in India, they refer to down dog as mountain. And this can be also referenced as a pyramid due to its shape. When you're holding your downward facing dog, you can go towards the mystery within. Find the hidden treasures within, knowing you are a power source. Inhale, feet gather at the top, lengthen the vertebrae. Exhale, drop your head and heart. Root your feet and inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. We're going to do another A. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, uplift. Exhale to Chaturanga, that low push-up. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Hold and breathe. And from downward facing dog, feet gather at the top. Create some space. Exhale, close the gap. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands to heart, moving into the B, so your namaskaras. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, right foot steps forward, back heel lowers, coming up to warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, flow. Left foot steps through, back heel descends down, coming up, Virabhadrasana 1. Hands release, step it back, and continue. Holding the third inversion. Notice if the rhythm of the breath altered, if it shortened, if your breath got heavier. Smooth and lengthen it back out. Inhale, feet gather at the top. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Another B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, drop low. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Right foot forward. Warrior one. Back to chaturanga. Into up dog. Out to down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Warrior one. Release your hand, step it back, and continue. Until you're back to down dog and you take pause. Maybe being in the question, how are you doing with the transitions? Are you just as mindful in the transitions than you are holding the pose? Inhale, feet gather. Exhale, head down. Knees bent, arms up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Another B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sprout up. Exhale to your chaturanga. Inhale, flexible spine. Exhale, strong, lean limbs. Inhale, right foot forward. Warrior one. Exhale, step back into the flow. Left foot steps ahead. Virabhadrasana one. We establish there first, and then move through the transition. Until you're ready to hold this last inversion. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. One more. Inhale to chair. Exhale, tip forward. Sits bones over ankles. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, chaturanga, hover and hold until the inhale builds you up. Until the exhale folds you back. Inhale, right leg launches forward. Arms come up. Standing in warrior. Hands down and flow. Left foot next. Palms face each other. Chin parallel to the earth. Anchor the hands. One more vinyasa. Into Ardha Uttanasana, out to your forward fold, into Utkatasana, out to Samastiti. Step or hop the feet apart, hands to the waist, shoulders roll back, head leans back. Exhale, clip the first two fingers around each big toe. From Padangusthasana, we're going into Padahastasana, which is where we literally stand upon palms of the hands. The palms are open at the soles of the feet. You're literally standing on them. And then slightly tip your hips forward so that your toes are kind of spilling down into the crease of your wrist. Nice counter pose after the weight bearing. Release the hands one at a time, hands to the waistline to come up and feet joined together. All right, you're gonna step to the right, turn your right foot out, lengthen your arms out, windmill down to triangle pose. Inhale, come up. Right foot rotates in, left foot turns out. When you're ready, enter in. See the three triangles or feel them in your body. The right hand now be the pinnacle, the feet being the base of the first. The triangle between the legs and the feet being the base, being the second. The third being underneath the left side of the waist and shoulder. It to the front leg as the third. Inhale, come up. Exhale, relax your arms. Rotate your right foot. Hop your left foot over so that your hip is more square. Left arm reaches overhead, and then you're going to twist towards the right leg and shine the right hand upward. At the same time, you're squeezing the right hip and lining up your left leg. Right hand comes down. Lift your hand. Rotate your feet. Preparing for the next. Right arm up. Exhale, twist toward the left leg. Left hand can free up if that doesn't upset the shoulder. The left thigh is now lifting and rocking back towards the back side of your mat as your left hip clicks in. Bring the left hand down, then both hands up. Step to the front of the mat. Inhale, step off to the right again. Nice distance between the feet. Rotate your right foot, lunge that knee. Take side angle pose. Inhale up. Hear that noise. Ringo's getting his paws dry because it's raining outside. He grumbles like an old man. Lunge the left knee. Take side angle. You can prop that thigh open with your arm. Here they come. Inhale up. Exhale, turn the feet properly because we're moving into revolving side angle. You can do this different ways. Your back foot can be down versus heel up. Your left hand can be down versus hands in prayer. You can also stretch out your arms like this. Unwind. Take it to the other side. The transition is just as vital as the posture. Any of those expressions is fine. You can even switch it up in the mix if you'd like. Unwind from the twist, step it to the front. Right, inhale, step to the right. I'm stepping to the left, step to the right. Turn the feet square, hands to the hips, shoulders back, fold forward. Release your hands to the ground. Bring the elbows to squeeze in and let the crown of your head face the floor. This is the A variation. Make sure you're tipping your weight slightly forward. Even weight distribution from the back of the feet to the front of the feet. From the heels to the toes. From the outer edges to the inner edges. Inhale, walk your hands out. Lift your head up. Even out that blood flow. Hands to the hips, elbows up, forward back down to B. Same weight distribution in the feet, if not create it. Hands down, walk them forward, lift your head, even out that blood flow. Is anyone else hearing Pearl Jam in their head now? Even flow. Peace mudra around each big toe as you fold down. Inhale, walk your hands out. Lift your head up. Push down through the soles of the feet. Bring your hands up. Turn your right foot, or the left foot, turn to the front of the mat. All right, your hands are going to move into reverse namaste. Find your back. You're going to step off to the right. Spin your feet so you're facing the back of your mat, preparing for what we typically call pyramid pose or intense side stretch pose. Purvottanasana. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn around. Prepare. And fold in. With intention, grace, and acceptance. And the affirmation we use in this pose, I give myself over into the flow of grace. Imagine if we met every transition in life the same way, with grace. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release your arms, shake out your hands, step to the top of the mat. Lining up on the left leg, hand to the, pick up the right knee, catch it, unless you want to toe. Open the knee to the right. Padagustasana B. Bring it to center. We're going to take C. So you can either lean forward and just hold the foot like this, or you can stretch the leg out. Hands to the hips, erect the spine for D. And land your right foot, get established on it. Padagustasana A, catching the left knee. Set your gaze at one spot, it's helpful. Open to B. Back in front, catch the foot. Hold there or stretch it forward for C. Try not to hyperextend the standing knee. You can have a micro bend in it if that helps to avoid it. To D. Release. So we're taking it to tree neck, standing on the left leg. But you can also catch the foot, bring it to your half lotus, and circle the right arm behind your back. You don't have to do this variation. You can do the more traditional form, but pick one. When you're ready, shift your weight. Take traditional or half Padmasana. And release. All right, inhale, you're taking chair. You can do the regular style or the style that I'm demonstrating to you now. Fold on your out breath. Lift on your in breath. Step it back and lower on your out breath. Rise to your back bend on your in breath. Back to invert on your out breath. Now the right foot's coming forward, back heel down to exalt the warrior one. And then we turn to the back of the mat. For the other exalted warrior. And then fan the arms open, wiggle the back foot, different alignment for warrior two. And then spin the left foot, spin the right foot, lunge the right knee for the second warrior two. Helicopter down, take the next vinyasa. And then bring your knees down. Shift your feet to one side so they can slide out in front of you. Arms up. Paschimottanasana. Thighs down. Breath full. Hands back as you sit up. Bend both knees. Push down through the feet. Tuck and lift. Reverse tabletop. Thumbs down. Left leg out. Right knee stays bent. Right arm's going to come to the inside of that leg, and then you're going to wind that arm around in front of the knee. Left arm behind the back. Gazing out towards your left toes. Head comes up, hands release. Grab that foot. Bring it to Janu Shirshasana. Arms up. Exhale, fold over that singular straight leg. Gazing out towards the toes or down towards the knee. Heel up. Lift the foot. Place it on the upper thigh. Circle that right arm behind the back. You may be able to grab the foot, or you can tie something around the foot like a towel or strap. Left arm up. Exhale, forward fold. In and halfway lift. Hand stays to the foot or shin. Now I want you to place your left hand to your right knee. Turn your face off to the right. Fly the right arm overhead. You're staying in the twist, but you're going to bring in a side bend as well. If the right hand can drizzle down to tap the toes, keep that elbow up so the face is up underneath the arm. Inhale, come up. Exhale, unwind from the twist. Left knee is going to bend. And if you end up looking like this, then shift onto that right sit bone and that knee will drop. And if it still doesn't drop, you're going to release that foot from being in the crease of the hip and just fill it to the floor. So either way is fine. All right, I feel like that bolster is creating a shadow. All right, inhale, left arm up, reach it to the inside of the knee, spin the hand all the way around to twist the arm and to bind it. The left arm circles around behind the back. Maybe the hands can clasp together and you're hinging down. and lowering your head. Inhale, slowly lift your head and heart, and you will land back on your left sit bone, more than likely. And then turn and gaze over the back shoulder. All right, we're going to release this, but we're going to do something different today. Now, if your right foot is still in the crease of the hip, you're going to bring that foot down behind your left heel. We're going to bend the spine a little bit so that you're cupping the left heel, picking up the foot. Your right hand is going to grab the toes, and then you're going to use this left arm that's free to push the knee and hip back. Stand on the left hand for fingertips. Straighten out through the left leg, but turn your face up underneath the right arm. That's compass pose. My shoulder was giving me a little grief, so I needed to come out, but you can hold it for 5 breaths. When you complete your 5, join me, Ashtanga. Same sequence, second side. Arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands behind the back. Knees. Tuck and lift, reverse table. Good, drop down. Right leg's gonna extend, sit up. Left arm reaches forward and then turn the hand, twist the arm, bind it. Right arm behind the back. Stay on the center of your right heel. Keep the toes lifted and spread. Release the hands as you come up and bring that foot in for Jani Shasana. Arms re-lift on the inhale. Fold over this singular straight leg on your exhale. Inhale, come up. Scoop underneath the left foot. Cross it over to half lotus. Left arm behind the back, right arm overhead, and forward fold. And then halfway lift. Right hand to left knee. Turn to your left. Release the left arm. Rainbow over. These hybrid poses. It's not really in the Ashtanga format, but I like it anyway. Inhale, come up. You're still in that twist. So exhale and 1. All right, from here, step the right foot back. Now this is where it gets tricky, right? Left knee still up. So You can lower it down by leaning to that side of your seat, or just release the foot all the way to the floor. Right arm reaches out, hand turns, find the arms and bow out. Heel, come up. All right. Bring the left foot down if it is still in the crease of the hip. We're going to pick up the heel with the right hand, kind of duck forward to take the left hand to the foot, to push the right arm into that right leg to open it up for compass pose. It reminds me of a cat. All right, coming on out. All right. Sitting down, but picking up your feet, shoulders back, Navasana boat. And then see if you can extend your arms out and then lengthen out like a canoe or kayak. Pull up half boat. Stretch out. To half. So full boat is really like this. This is more of the kayak or canoe. If you'd rather do the full, you can. Returning to half. Maybe to full. All right, separate the feet. Pick up your bum. Lift your seats. Your head is down. Hands slide back. Knees squeeze the upper arms. Walk the feet closer. Ujja Pindasana, arm balance. So I couldn't hold it today. This is really early in the morning. If you want to go to Tiktabhasana, the second arm balance, feel free. Later in the day, you probably have more energy to work with. If you're like me and you're already sitting and your feet are spread, you're going to slip your hands underneath the knees, bow your head for Kramasana, tortoise, or flex your ankles and slide through. Inhale, hands come back together. Now the feet join together and fold the Baddha Konasana. Bound angle. I really do love the transitions of the poses in the Ashtanga format. And there's lots of other ways that I'm not demonstrating today. A lot of floating the feet forward and back, floating from one pose to the next. But I also just like the sequencing of the poses that are building you up for the next pose. Like I think Kurmasana, the bound angle, and then sitting up and spreading the legs wide into a V shape for Konasana is just a brilliant sequence, preparing us for this deeper aspect. Even though I don't teach Ashtanga on a regular basis anymore, I still try to throw out, these videos on occasion. And Monday holidays in Franklin, New Moon Yoga, like Memorial Day or other types of Monday holidays like Labor Day, I'll have Ashtanga in lieu of my blissful flow. All right, let's come on up. Bring the legs together. And we're gonna roll back into plow. I'm gonna modify since it's early. I was feeling it too much in my neck. And there is a lot of traction in the neck here, but I wanted my legs to hover. So it's more in my upper back. And I'm also gonna do the same thing with the shoulder stand. I'm gonna prop my hips up with my hands and have the legs slightly angled towards the face. You can also angle the feet right over the hips for a version of waterfall. Or you can walk the hands down towards your shoulder blades for shoulder stand. In Ashtanga, they don't use a lot of props, so it does become more of a neck stand. You're welcome to use the props or modify like I'm doing now. Especially if that's not great for your neck. And you want to keep your head and neck stable when you're in these two poses for sure. All right, when you're ready, we're going to roll it out. When we roll it out, I want you to take your hands to slide under your body. Point your toes forward. Root your elbows. Fly up with your chest. And let your head just barely tap the floor. Fish. Up. Bring it down. Step the feet back. Hug the knees in. All right, feet down, hands down. Tuck and lift bridge. Shoulders also activate and move underneath the back. Thighs roll and squeeze in. Try not to over tuck the chin. Let your belly rise and fall as you breathe. Meeting transition with intention, grace, and acceptance. The affirmation for bridge. I offer every thought as a bridge to divine grace. Let's roll it down. Take Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Do one more pose, active one before Shavasana. Let's roll to one side of the body. That will be our king of asanas, our headstand. Please know that you can always go to a wall for this. You can do the tripod version, which is Shirshasana 2, which tends to be a little bit easier for folks, or you can in the Shirshasana 1, which I feel like, even though Shirshasana 2 is usually easier for people, there's less weight on the head in this one. So I feel like the first one is actually the safest, but that's just my opinion. We're coming down to make sure that we cup the outer frame of the arms with our hands. Then we lace the fingers up together. We puff into the upper back by drawing in through our core like a cat stretch back. And walk the knees towards the face as the head sinks down inside your hands. And then when you're ready, tuck the toes, walk it in. You can float one leg and then the second. You can even use more core strength and pike up. Remember your yogic breathing to stay calm, centered, and focused. You're ready to come down. Come down safely, lightly, with ease. Untuck your feet. Elongate your neck. Circle the arms around you. Submit to child's pose. Come up. And so if you haven't done Ashtanga in a while, or maybe if you weren't as mindful in the transitions or using enough core support for your back, then what I've discovered is that myself, if I haven't done it in a while, when I come to lie in Shavasana, I feel like, oof, my low back feels a little off, sore. And I've noticed newbies to Ashtanga always tend to do that at Shavasana time. So if you don't want to create your Stonehenge, right, with blocks and a bolster, if you're at home, you can send your legs up to a chair, or you can just turn your bolster up like this so that the knees have a deeper bend. And that deeper bend of the knees or the legs float on a chair, as you can see, or Stonehenge, will help to lengthen the low back and kind of settle it down. So even though I'm not experiencing that, I wanted to demonstrate it, and it feels good, so I'm just going to stay. But get set up and close your eyes. Take a moment after you take a few deep breaths to remind yourself to even let the breath go. It's not that you're holding your breath, you're no longer controlling the breath. So let it flow naturally. Relax your toes, the arches, and the ankles of both feet. Imagining with your next exhale, you're releasing any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness away. And on your next breath, bring your attention up through the legs, relaxing your calves, knees, and thighs. Imagining on your next exhale, you're releasing any and all stress or tension, fatigue or illness away. On your next breath, bring your attention into your seats, your hips and pelvic floor. And as you breathe out, release any and all stress or tension, fatigue or illness away. And on your next breath, bring your awareness into your torso, relaxing your belly, your chest, all the way down your. On your exhale, imagine you're sending out and away any and all stress or tension, fatigue or illness. Now allowing your attention to settle in your arms. Softening, relaxing your hands, forearms, upper arms, and shoulders. As you exhale, imagine you're draining out any and all stress or tension, fatigue or illness away. On your next breath, bring your loving attention to your throat, neck, face, and head. And as you exhale, imagine you're sending out any and all stress or tension, fatigue or illness away. Affirming bones, muscles, movements. Eyes surrender now. Anxiety, elation, depression, any and all turning thoughts. And now give over to the hands of peace. Peace, be still, and know that I am. Inhale, stretch your body. Oh, exhale, curl in. Roll to one side. Come up to take a seat and feel free to sit on the edge of that bolster. Brief meditation, silence. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We all walk away from this practice being free and at peace, anything out of our control. May we be free and at peace from anything imposed upon us by another or any internal concerns or stressors of our own. May we be an instrument of peace that this world so desperately needs. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste.